selection tools and techniques. In this lesson, we will learn how to make selections inside Flash, which is very important subject when you work inside Flash. Here is in the file, we can find some objects. This one is a text, Flash MX, and this one is located in layer 3. Also we have this green circle and this one which is in layer 2 and this square in layer 1 and the frame in the first layer, layer 4. And now we will learn how to make selections. But you can make a lock here for the first keyframe in the timeline. It can show a black circle that indicates these keyframes all include drawings or include objects in that layers. Other times we can find layers that doesn't include objects inside, like this keyframe that indicate a hollow circle. And now let's go with the selection. We have two main selection tools, the selection that is the black arrow and the subselection tool. Also we have a lasso tool to select. The basic tool to create selections is the selection tool that you can simply click an object to select. And now we can find the dotted selection that indicate a shape object. And inside Flash, you learn that you have different types of objects. For example, we have text object and shape objects, and we have other objects like symbols and bitmaps. And we can find indications about each object when we select it. So the dotted selection indicates a normal shape, while this boundary indicates the text, and also a similar one can indicate symbols. One of the selection techniques and rules that if you click inside an object, the object is a shape, so you now have a selection to the fill. When you try to drag this part, you can find only the fill is moved. And if you want to select a stroke, a simple click on one edge of the stroke can select that edge only. And this what can happen when you click the circle, as the circle is continuous line. If you want to select the complete stroke of like a square or rectangle, you can simply double click the stroke. This could select all the stroke. And if you want to select the whole object, both the fill and the stroke, you can double click inside. Now you have the complete object selected. You have different ways to make selections. For example, you can drag around the object you want to select. But you can face a problem if the object interact with another objects in different layers. Like this case, if I want to drag around this green circle, it will get a part of the square with the selection. And you can find this indicated in the layer keyframes. But you can avoid like a case. Simply, if you go to the layer that includes that object, and you can make a lock. The locked layers cannot be selected or moved. Now, if you drag around the green circle, you will be free to select only the circle. again you can unlock the layer. Also, if you drag about a specific part of an object, you can get it selected. Then you can move or transform. In the same way, we can use the select, we can create the selection using lasso. The lasso is a free selection you can create. And you can use the lasso as polygonal if you activate this option from the options, or you can use the normal lasso while you press Alt from the keyboard. This can help you create a polygonal selection. Regarding the text, a simple click will select the text block itself, where you can assign formats for the text or for the block itself. And you can double click the text block so as the cursor is displayed inside. The cursor means you can edit your text. Regarding the subselection tool, it can help you make modifications to the objects through its points and paths. So as you see, when we select an object using the subselection tool, we can find the editable points that we can use to modify or adjust our object. Also, we can create a selection using layers and frames. For example, when we click that layer, we can have all the objects inside the layer selected. The same way for the other remaining layers. Also, you can select using keyframes. A simple click on a keyframe can select objects inside that keyframe. If you press Ctrl A from the keyboard, you can select all. And you can select multiple keyframes. When you click a keyframe, press Ctrl to select more keyframes. If you select the first keyframe and press Shift, then you click the last one, it will select all in betweens.